Hey friends, and welcome to this acupressure session to help support any anxiety or depression that you may be having. And for this one, no props are needed. I am sitting on the edge of a blanket, but if you want to sit on the edge of maybe a couch cushion or a couple of folded bath towels, feel free just to come to an easy seat. Feel free to cross the legs. Maybe you even sit back on your heels. Just take a moment to find a position that you can stay seated in for a couple of minutes. If it's comfortable for you, feel free to close down your eyes. And just start to take a moment to settle into your space. Start to notice what your internal landscape looks like. There's no right or wrong answer, but just noticing. Mentally check in with yourself and just notice how your body is feeling in this moment. How is your breath feeling in this moment? And just taking gentle inventory and bringing in this gentle awareness as you start to draw your attention maybe a little bit more inwards. Perhaps you start to focus on your breath a little bit more. Maybe noticing if it's getting caught anywhere in the body, maybe the chest or the throat. And then again, just noticing. And if you have felt that maybe your anxiety has been all over the place, or maybe some days it just feels difficult to get out of bed and just get going. Sometimes we need that just clearing of the slate emotionally. And these points that we will be working through today in this practice will help support our anxiety when that arrives, and especially depression if you've been feeling a little bit down lately, need that little bit of boost. If you haven't done so yet, go ahead and seal the lips and start to deepen your breath a little bit more. Start to deepen the breath down into the belly. Start to invite in some deep belly breaths. Still sitting up nice and tall. Come back to your breath each time that your mind wants to wander away. And feel free to keep your eyes closed as we start to move through the first acupressure point. And using your right or your left hand, doesn't matter. We're just going to start to tap right at the top of the head, crown of the head. I'm just using my one index finger, but feel free to use maybe 2 or 3 index fingers, or just your index finger or 2 or 3 fingers. And just tapping at the crown of the head. It's finding a natural rhythm there. And just keeping these taps nice and soft. Nothing hard. Nothing about softening around any hard edges here. Coming back to your breath and taking some nice deep inhales. And then let's start to move to the spot right between the eyebrows. And so you can think of this as your third eye. In Chinese medicine, this is called yin tong. And you can just tap in that space there. Maybe just hold pressure. And if either of those options just is not vibing with you today, feel free just to rest your hands in your lap and bring awareness to these points. As we're moving through these different acupressure points, just get a feel for if it's landing in your body. And then we'll massage the temples. So using both hands, go ahead and just massage the temples. Feel free to keep your eyes closed. And just massaging in any direction that feels intuitive and organic. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Long, slow exhale. You can soften maybe a little bit in the belly. Release any tension through the jaw. And then back to using just one or two fingers. We're going to tap right on the upper lip and below the nose. So between the nose and the upper lip here, we're just going to start to tap there. And each time that we move through these points, see if you can come back to your breath, back to the practice. Think about releasing any stagnation through the body, any stagnant energy. You want to open up these channels. We'll keep tapping in that space a few more times there. And then releasing from that, if you want to open up your eyes and follow me for this one. So just find your clavicles, fall right up over your clavicles, and just lateral to the sternum is going to be kidney 27. So this one we can tap here, or again hold pressure, or just close your eyes and bring your awareness to that space. I like to tap here for this one. Nice deep breath in through the nose and a long, slow exhale to release it. And this point is such a great one to just clear the slate emotionally. If you've been feeling overwhelmed, this is a great one to come back to a couple times a day. You can stay with these points for about a minute or two. And then as you continue tapping there, maybe just start to envision what you want your inner landscape to look like. So as things are shifting and changing throughout this practice, maybe you feel a little bit less stressed, a little less tense, especially as you continue to relax around your shoulders. Just let your shoulders hang away from your ears. Part the teeth so your jaw can just be slack and be heavy. And then we're going to continue this tapping, but moving a few inches towards your armpit. And this one we're going to be in this just general area here. So just continuing that tapping there. And any unserving thoughts that might be arising in the mind, see if you can let those go to the side. And just for this moment, for this practice, let the external world fade away. Give yourself that permission to focus on you and your practice and just resetting your mind and body. We'll Keep tapping here a few more breaths. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and slow down the tapping until you come to a stop, and you can just bring your hands in your lap. Let your arms rest in your lap. Take this moment to notice the effects of the practice, the feeling of the leftover effects of the tapping, any sensations that you might be feeling in your body. Just noticing. Notice the quality of your breath, and now the state of your mind. And notice what your inner landscape looks like now. A little bit of release of tension in the shoulders, perhaps. Maybe you feel a little bit more calm, relaxed. Body shifting into more of a parasympathetic nervous state, rest and digest state. And feel free to continue a few more deep belly breaths. And to close out the practice, feel free to bring hands to heart center. I hope you have a very peaceful day. Remember to take care of yourself. Namaste.